Another one of those days, hey, where there is so much stuff going on. Nothing really stands above anything else, but there's a whole bunch of interconnected things, or at least we're just going to try to batch them together so it all just kind of makes sense. And first and foremost, we're going to start over with our friends over across the pond. We got to take a look at the UK because they're trying to, well, use the old adage of never let a crisis go to waste. And if you guys were following over on Rumble or Odyssey over the past week, you know that covered a stabbing of a British MP over there, a horrific tragedy, a 25-year-old Somali national who migrated to the UK and was an Islamist. Okay, I think he still is because he's still alive, but Sir David Amess isn't. So because he went to Sir David's church and stabbed him dead, need to regulate the internet? What the fuck? This must be some kind of a big labor ploy. I will goddamn well guarantee it. There are growing calls within the Tory. Okay, listen, the fucking Tory party is so fucked too. It's just like the Canadian Conservative Party, just with an accent. Okay, within the Tory party and the Prime Minister Boris Johnson's government to introduce draconian restrictions on the internet, including an end to online anonymity on social media in the wake of the killing of Sir David Amess, the Member of Parliament. What? How would that? What? No, how does that even remotely close? Like, okay, I understand, I don't get it, nor would I support the call for gun control whenever there is like a mass shooting or something like that. You should be looking at the individual, but this one doesn't even make any fucking sense. Like, nobody's calling for banning kitchen knives. They're trying to regulate the internet. Like, what? On Sunday, Home Secretary Priti Patel suggested that the government may seek to include a ban on anonymity on social media following the suspected Islamist attack. Why? What? The call has been picked up by many in the so-called conservative. That's pretty accurate description, despite there yet being no reported indication that online abuse led to what is being investigated as a potential Islamist terrorism. Yeah, what? Oh my God, they're so fucked, dude. But we have a little bit better news. Like, there's not really much more to say about that other than the fact that it's completely screwed. But don't worry, there's not going to be any more restrictions than what there are right now when it comes to the coof over across the pond, okay? For now. Even though, you know what, hey, cases are down, hospitalizations are down, deaths are down. Oh no, cases are, I guess, maybe a little bit higher, but they aren't anywhere near the peak. But hey, guess what? Yeah. All of the numbers, all of the indications that, freedom's working, that's not enough. That's not enough. It is for right now, and they aren't going to be locking down yet, but if people don't start lining up to get the jab more, including school-age children, then there's going to be lockdowns, because now it's just all about compliance. This is the most obvious and clear piece of evidence to lead to the conclusion, okay? Like, how is this not just being weaponized as a compliance tactic, okay? What do you think, these lockdowns are actually for your health? Oh, they're killing more people than they're helping. Oh, the UK government has told Britons to do as they are instructed by the government, not just to save lives, but to keep your freedoms too, in an unscheduled address to the nation about the coming winter months. Yes, a dark winter, so we can build back better or something. I don't know, something like that. Announced lunchtime, the Wednesday evening address at the nation by now Health Minister Sajid Javid, who replaced previous incumbent Matt Hancock after he was fucking the secretary, announced no new restrictions as feared, but instead buttressed the government's position that the public needs to do as they are told to prevent future lockdowns. Yep, that's actually a fairly accurate description of things, okay? Speaking from Downing Street, new White House-style press room. Oh, cool, they got a sound stage as well. Javid said, we've always known the winter months would pose great... Yeah, that's normally how flu seasons go. Yeah, the winter months, when you're stuck inside and you're locked up around people that you know, as opposed to going outside and romping through the snow when it's cold outside. Yeah, imagine that. Fucking viruses tend to travel. No shit. It's almost like this happens every year and we should probably just get on with our lives. It's almost like that should happen. So yeah, winter months, greatest threat, road to recovery, blah, blah, blah. Head of the winter as we've expected. We've started to see this impact. Where? Oh, cases are rising. What about hospitalizations? What about deaths? Yeah, don't want to answer that question. Oh, but cases are up. Yeah, all of a sudden now everything's about cases. Cool. For those who have been believing that the cases leveled off and lowered, the winter 2020 spike meant things were returning to normal. Javid was quick to disabuse, continuing that while deaths remain mercifully low, yeah, no shit. It remained the case that this pandemic is not over. Why? Because they still like power and they still like lording their authority over you. Fuck everyone in government. Oh, no, I gotta walk that back there for a second. I've seen some of these elected officials. I wouldn't fuck any of them in government. I'd fuck the government, but no. The virus will be with us for the long term and it remains a threat. Yeah, then you treat it like a long-term threat, okay? You don't just act scared and stupid all the time because of it. And hey, guess what? If you put any faith in the Supreme Court that they'd have your back, nah, of course not. Declines to stop COVID-19 vaccine mandate for Maine health workers. Now we're coming back over to the United States because coming after your kids now. Yep. Of course they are. Okay, not the Supreme Court though. There's no way anybody on that panel is actually fit or spry enough to catch up with anybody who's under the age of 60. Supreme Court on Tuesday declined to stop a COVID-19 vaccine mandate for Maine healthcare workers, continuing a trend where the High Court has declined to hear challenges in other regions. Yeah, they just don't like to do anything, okay? Oh yeah, we'll take up that case. Yeah, don't worry about it. Oh yeah, okay. We're just not going to do our job, but we like these nice comfy robes and we like to take nice pictures behind, or rather in front of a red velvet cloth. Cool. Justice Stephen Breyer, the old fucker who rejected the emergency appeal, left the door open for the opponents of the vaccine mandate to try again, and they had their hopes crushed again. Maine Governor Janet Mills, a Democrat, wow, consider me shocked, implemented the order requiring healthcare workers and nursing home staff, to get the vaccine or risk losing their employment, or get placed on indefinite leave where we're not firing you, but then at the same time we're just keeping you in limbo. So I was like, where's the choice again? Oh, okay. Breyer wrote that the Liberty Council, the organization that sued Mills over her mandate, can seek another emergency injunction if the U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals doesn't rule in the state's favor or doesn't make a decision by October 29th. Unlike other states, Mills' order does not allow for religious exemptions, only medical exemptions. Yeah, because God is government now. So get used to it, okay? Because a couple days ago, they were also talking about mixing and matching and kind of just figuring out, oh, you know what, maybe that's something we can get away with or do. That there doesn't need to be any hard or fast rules when it comes to the jab. You just need to line up and get as many as they tell you to, okay? And this was just a theory a couple days ago. This was something that Fauci was running with. Oh, that might have actually been from the video that got taken down off of YouTube, but hey, cool, well, whatever. You guys probably know that idea has been bounced around for a little bit, but hey, guess what? The FDA has approved it, so now it's reality. In defiance of recommendations from its own advisory panel, which said last week that the Moderna jab provides enough lasting protection to not necessitate a booster shot. You think they care about that, dude? You know how expensive all this shit is? Of course they're going to go ahead and roll it out. The FDA has once again ignored the science. What? No. Yeah, the actual science? Yes, but the science? TM? Oh, no, yeah, they're adhering to it and bowed to the Biden administration policy priorities by officially approving booster doses of the Moderna and Johnson & Johnson jabs. Jabs will now join the Pfizer vaccine, which has already received booster emergency approval from the FDA. Yep, still need that emergency approval, right? But yet you're mandating. Okay, cool. I see how things are going. Furthermore, the FDA has also approved the mixing of vaccines like witches around a cauldron. For patients seeking booster shots, meaning someone who originally got the Pfizer jab can just go ahead and choose from our wide selection. Today, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration took action to expand the use of booster dose for COVID-19 vaccines in eligible populations. The agency is amending the emergency use authorization for the COVID-19 vaccines to allow the use of single booster dose. Oh yeah, cool. So not even, trying to regulate it or test it or study it or anything like that. No, emergency use authorization. We're just going to go ahead and expand it. Where's the end date on this whole emergency thing? Oh, it's just going to continue to go on. Oh, okay, cool. It's not like this isn't becoming patently fucking obvious. But hey, okay, the CDC wasn't quite done, okay, because they were helping out the FDA. And still made enough time to say that schools should keep mask mandates amid White House push for child vaccination. Get the jab, wear the mask, don't do any of the research. Okay, got it. I think I know what the checklist is. Center for Disease Control and Prevention Director Rochelle Walensky said schools should require masks regardless of vaccines. Cool. Another reason why you should just homeschool your children. It will take some time, and and as I just noted, as we head into these winter months. Oh, okay, cool. They're just literally recycling all of the old talking points from last year. Oh, okay. We know we cannot be complacent. No, you could just get out of the way and let people live their lives. That'd be fine. As we head into these, we also know that from previous data that schools that have had masks in place were 3.5 times less likely to have school outbreaks requiring school closures. What? No, that doesn't fucking run with anything that's actually out there, but you can go ahead and you can say that. And how many school closures have there been? Well, we know of one that's gone on right now, but okay. As a result, the CDC will continue to recommend masks in the schools for all people in those schools, and we look forward to scaling out pediatric vaccinations during this period of time, you fucking creeps. And it's here. It's here. The administration prepares for mass COVID-19 vaccinations of children 5 to 11 under the Emergency Use Authorization Act. I'd imagine so. Joe Biden's administration, once again, targeting kids. No shit. Large-scale rollout of COVID-19 vaccines for children as young as 5, officials announced Wednesday. How fucking adorable. The administration has secured enough doses of the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine to vaccinate all of the country's 28 million children between 5 and 11, and is prepared to ship the doses across the country to facilitate vaccination efforts. Doses will be made available at doctors' offices, pharmacies, and schools. Of course they will be, among other sites. The Children's Hospital Association has agreed to set up sites at over 100 children's hospital systems. Meanwhile, they're canceling elective surgeries that can save a whole host of lives, but no, we'll just go ahead and make sure that the coof is the only single priority for the healthcare system. Okay, and if there's an overwhelmed state at your hospital, just ask how many unvaccinated healthcare workers they decided to can. Such a crisis, right? Over the past several weeks, we've been working closely with governors, pediatricians, pharmacies, community health centers. It's interesting that they'd point to another elected officials first and foremost, but okay. Community health centers, rural health centers, and other vaccine providers. Oh, okay, cool. Nice way to cap that list of people to prepare for this moment. Together, we're completing the operational planning to ensure vaccinations for kids ages 5 through 11 are available, easy, and convenient. Jeffrey Zients, the White House COVID-19 response team director. Ooh, somebody else who would be out of a job if this pandemic would be over. The preparations come despite neither the FDA or the CDC deciding on vaccinations children so young. Yeah, it doesn't much matter because they just rubber stamp anything that Biden wants, or his administration. I don't even know if Biden's even aware that they're even talking about this stuff. Whenever he hears 5 to 11, he just wants to place a bulk order. So yeah, jab up the kids, and then specifically in Philadelphia, now that they have so many unvaccinated public servants that are getting put on suspension or just getting outright fired, they can't transport anybody anywhere, so they might be going back to remote learning. So again, why would you have your kids in public schools? Okay, I understand that this is just Philadelphia, this is just one place, but it's symptomatic and emblematic of many other places around the country, if not the world, if you are also subject to these insane things, or maybe you're lucky enough to find yourself in Northern Europe. Don't know, don't have any viewers there. The school district of Philadelphia is warning parents that it might be forced to revert back to 100% virtual learning. Why? Because a couple of kids can't get to the school on a bus? Oh, okay, cool. It's almost like your teachers' unions are just lazy and corrupt. I don't know. In a letter sent to parents Monday, Superintendent of William Haidt said that the Transit Workers Union Local 234 has voted to authorize a strike. Cool. The union's contract with Southeastern Pennsylvania Transportation Authority will expire October 31st, meaning that the strike could occur on November 1st. That's normally what that means. Thanks for clearing that up. If a new contract can't be reached by then, some 60,000 Philadelphia students rely on SEPTA for a daily commute. How many kids are in the school system? It seems like a lot of people, but if we're dealing with millions or hundreds of thousands of kids in the Philadelphia metro area, why are we shutting down? Why are we going to 100% virtual learning? Because 60,000 kids probably can find alternate transportation. Let's just be honest. The school district of Pennsylvania is not directly involved in these contract negotiations. No shit, it's between the city and the union. However, it is clear that SEPTA strike would have a devastating impact on the operation of our school district and our ability to sustain in-person learning 5 days a week for all students. Why? Something we all worked extremely hard to make happen for all the students this year. Yeah, cool. But this airline pilot, yeah, he's got the right attitude. Okay, it's something I've been saying for a while, and I'm glad somebody else is finally fucking saying it. Best way to push back against the vaccine mandate is to stand together. Yep. Apes together strong, my dude. The best way to fight against federal COVID-19 vaccine mandates is to stand together and hold the line. A senior pilot for some company, it's not clear, he's just a commercial airline pilot. Okay, so the best way to push back, we're pushing back against the federal mandate here, is for us to stand together. Jason Kunish, sure, who has been a commercial airline pilot for over 20 years, said in an interview the senior pilot is now part of U.S. Freedom Flyers. Oh, okay. A grassroots coalition of transportation industry employees fighting back against the vaccine mandate. Coalition has partnered with Health Freedom Defense Fund and Davier Law Group to take legal action. U.S. Freedom Flyers are not pro-vaccine. We're not anti-vaccine. We're pro-informed consent. Yeah, it's a pretty dangerous position you have there, my dude. It's really not, but type of talk gets you labeled as an anti-vaxxer. This is what these parents in, of all places, fucking Southern California, okay, joins a statewide walkout to protest school vaccine mandate. Yep, it ended up shutting down. I think I seen 2 or 4 schools ended up shutting down because nobody showed up. Cool. In response to the statewide school walkout to protest COVID-19 vaccine mandate for schools for children 12 through 17, because unless they're like really stupid, they're no older than that. But yeah, for kids 12 and older right now, they have to provide proof of vaccination to go to school. Okay. And now, because the White House is cooking up a 5 to 11 plan, it's going to be all fucking kids, okay? Not just in California. You bet your ass. Despite the rain, parents arrived as early as 8 a.m. They are holding up signs with slogans such as "My child, my choice." No, comrade. It's our kids, our choice. My kids won't be a part of your science experiment. Yeah, boy, how far have we gone since baking soda and vinegar? Don't mandate uncertainty. I don't know what you could be referring to. As parents, we are concerned. We don't want that to go on now to the children's level. Alana Nord, a mother of Laverna. Oh, in Laverne. Okay. Those are words. I don't know what they all mean, but they're definitely words. We're really concerned about the legitimacy. Oops, can't say that. And it has not been... can't say that either. These kids are still getting the other mandated vaccines as part of the process. What does that do to what your immune system normally does? Don't know, don't care, just get the jab, right? Right? Yeah, exactly. See? They're coming after your kids. Like that airline pilot said. Just gotta stand up and tell them to fuck off. Some people are, and they're interspersed right now. And if you're of a like mind, consider voicing your own displeasure and consider doing your own little protests. I can't tell you guys to do anything. All I can do is provide you with the information to make the informed decision. Hopefully I did that for you. We're going to talk about the supply chain crisis again. I know it feels like we're running shit back, but again, all of these situations evolve so goddamn quickly, and we've got to stay on top of this, right? I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.